be a block of people in it. Like, how the f are we gonna get in that?
In the early morning hours of June 14th, 2017, firefighters raced towards Grenfell Tower in the Kensington neighborhood of London.
There's people jumping out the window.
The fire started in a fourth-floor apartment, igniting exterior panels called cladding. The building lacked adequate sprinklers. Many fire extinguishers were broken, and there was only one stairwell.
Oh, it's towering inferno, isn't it?
How is that possible?
It's jumped up all one on the front.
The building was covered with Reynobond PE panels made by Arconic Incorporated with combustible polyethylene cores. Company pamphlet states that buildings higher than firefighters' ladders should be covered with incombustible material. Metal and plastic combustible panels like these are made by dozens of manufacturers and have already been implicated in high-rise fires around the world. Thousands more buildings are covered with the panels. No one knows exactly how many. Metal composite panels typically consist of ultra-thin sheets of metal sandwiching a rigid core, often made out of polyethylene. The lightweight panels allow architects to design building exteriors with curves and contours that can't easily be fashioned from steel, glass, or masonry. Investigators say the placement of the Grenfell Tower panels and other wall components, including the layer of foam insulation, fed the fire and allowed it to spread rapidly. Videos of past fires show just how quickly they can spread when the combustible panels are used. Early one Sunday in September 2007, a fire broke out in the 43-story Borgata Water Club in Atlantic City, New Jersey that was under construction. In May 2015 in Baku, Azerbaijan, a fire in a residential tower employing cladding killed 15 people, 4 of them children. And on New Year's Eve 2015, the 63-floor luxury hotel called the Address Downtown in Dubai went up like a Roman candle.
This is not good. This is not good. Oh my God.
Some governments are taking action. Dubai has amended its building codes to require fire-resistant panels. The United Kingdom tested and subsequently flunked at least 279 examples of aluminum composite panels. And after a 2014 fire in the La Crosse building in downtown Melbourne, a government audit found that more than half of the 170 public buildings in the city had combustible panels. These surveys suggest that the use of the panels is widespread, but relevant information can be extremely difficult to find. For over a decade, the standard building code used in the United States has limited combustible core panels to lower structures reachable by firefighting equipment. But 5 years ago, the code was changed, so long as they are used in no more than 50% of the exterior and the buildings have sprinklers. Arconic, which made the panels used on the Grenfell Tower, cites a handful of older buildings with high concentrations of polyethylene core panels, including the 16-year-old Marriott Waterfront Hotel in Baltimore. The building's architect and general contractor say they no longer have records for the project, but after a series of tests, the city of Baltimore has now confirmed that combustible panels were used. Arconic's website also says the same type of combustible panels were used on a terminal at the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, the Cleveland Browns football stadium, and the office of the Chancellor of the California State University System in Long Beach, California. Officials say the buildings are safe and were built to code. Again, the company declined to comment on whether the combustible panels were used. Ultimately, the Grenfell fire burned for about 2.5 days, leaving more than 80 people unaccounted for, who are now presumed dead. It remains to be seen how many buildings are clad in the same combustible panels.